Hello, everybody, and welcome to another story time. I've got a lovely book for you today. It's Stanley's Stick by John Hegley and Neal Layton. So John Hegley wrote the story and Neal Layton did the lovely pictures, and there we can see Stanley with his stick. John Hegley is a poet. Okay, this is his first children's book. He normally writes poetry, and I think as you read it, you can tell that he's a poet because he uses language like a poet would do. Just like he has here, Stanley's Stick uses alliteration, which you often use in poems. Okay, so alliteration is when two words have the same starting sound. Stanley's, stick, Stanley's stick. Okay, so let's find out about Stanley's stick. Here he is. Stanley stands on Stockport Station with his stick. Stanley always carries his stick with him. Here's Stanley, look, with his stick. We're off to catch a train somewhere. Where do you think they're going? Got an umbrella and a bucket just down here. Dad's wearing a shirt and shorts. They're in England, so Stockport's in England. I've been to Stockport Station a few times, but I never carried a stick with me, like Stanley. Maybe I should have done. Stanley's stick was once part of something tall and grand, and it will never return. But it can still be a stick as best it can. Stanley has a lot of stick activity, like pretending the stick is a whistle or a banana that is quite straight. There's Stanley with a monkey, and his stick is a straight banana. You don't have to be great to be great. Okay, having a fantastic time with his simple stick. Like pretending the stick is a match to catch the world aflame, there is game after sticky game. Look, it's a dinosaur that isn't extinct. It's a Stickosaurus. Wow, look at the Stickosaurus. Grrr. Stanley has tried out some names for his stick, like Starry and Moon, but those names were all the wrong shape. Got the sun and the moon and the stars, all the planets around. Okay, what would you call the stick? For a while, he liked stirry, but that is better for a spoon. Stanley's stick is good for writing in the sand in languages only Stanley can understand. You hear some poetry there, some rhyming, sand, understand. And 4 times now he has used it to pick up slugs from pathways. Like a slug is like a snail, isn't it, without a shell? To pick up slugs from pathways, platform, and pavement. More nice alliteration. Platform, pavement, pathway, thus saving them from a fate worse than feet. Stanley's friend Bertie has some string, and sometimes they tie the string to the stick's end and go pretend fishing. Pretend fishing. Because the fish are pretend, no fish get hurt, says Bertie. Very good. So here is Stanley, standing on the station, taking his stick for a short stay at the side of the sea with his mum and dad. The train pulls in. Down at the sea, Stanley goes down to the side of the tide. His folks take stock of Stanley standing in the sand, stick in hand. What is he doing? Maybe the boy thinks it is time for the stick to be taken for someone else to enjoy. Stanley hurls his stick into the wide tide. Gosh, what a tiny splosh for something that has been so big in Stanley's days. He's thrown his stick into the sea. He wants somebody else to be able to enjoy it now. The sea picks up the stick and tucks it into itself. Stanley is stickless. He's had such good fun with that stick, hasn't he? Imagining it could be lots of different things. But now he's got no stick. The next morning, back at their spot on the beach. At the seaside, aren't they? Look, here's the sea and here's the beach and all the people on the beach. Stanley treads towards the spreading sea. Boats ride sea back out on the distance. Stanley decides to look for interesting sticks, for other sticks which have been carried twiggy back upon the turning tide. I like that, twiggy back, instead of piggyback. Soon he stumbles upon a stick, alone upon the shore. It is quite a different stick from the one he had before. It is, isn't it? Look, this is a bendy stick, a wavy stick. It's not the straight stick he had before. So what could he do with this stick? The stick is an unusual saxophone. Stanley thinks of home and begins to blur to tune for Bertie. He's pretending it's a saxophone. Now Stanley stares through his stick telescope at the sea. It is wonky. And this stick Stanley knows the name of. Ooh, what do you think he's called this stick? Fantastic. Look at Fantastic, and he's imagining he's on a boat. Look, we've got Fantastic helping make the sail. It's a mast for the sail. And you've got Stanley and a fish going out to sea. Stanley's Fantastic. Okay. So Stanley had great fun with his sticks, imagining they were other things, using his imagination, trying something out, taking an object and turning it into something else. And that's something you can do at any time. You can do that at home. You can find an object, pretend it's something else, and have great fun using your imagination. So why don't you try that today? Okay. Have a lovely day, everybody. Take care. Bye now.